cry. I'm stepping on the scene like I never did reply. I ain't gotta justify, I'm cool. Tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down. Boosted on my cardio, I used to get to run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down. Everybody eating, it's a party, one o'clock of time. You can bring your
Dollar. Hey, DJ Mosky, let's get it. We the champions here in Los Angeles. We doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I'm at the plug, introduced to my brother. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers. Gang in the building, we taking it over. Call up my Nemes, call up Khalifa. Bring them in the. You know I stay with some bad little baby. TGOD, baby, know that's a gang gang. Crazy girls after the game. We doing honest, we going insane. Pouring this. Dead homies got me pouring this. We get awards, but we give God the glory. I'm shooting my shot, and most times I be scoring. Do this for my city, I bring on the trophy. Feel like Freddie Mercury, we the champions here in Los Angeles. We doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I'm at the plug, introduced to my brother. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers. Gang in the building, we taking it over.
Feeling like I can't miss. Baby, it's all in the wrist. You really wanna be the boss, it's expensive. Ain't the real champ if you never defend it. Put in that work, I'ma make them remember. I just broke down hella trees, yelling timber. Stand in the line, they put me in the center. It blow their mind when they see how I'm winning. Went back and doubled up, now you in trouble. My all hustle, my diamonds are huddled up. TGOD got this off the muscle.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Today, we get the season started with an AFC East tilt right off the bat between the New England Patriots and the Miami Dolphins. There's Nick Folk ready to put this one in the air, and we are underway from Miami. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready.
In motion, Hill. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Looking to pass. Tua. And his pass incomplete.
Nice play on the football, and Watt was tipped in the air and made everyone a little bit anxious before falling to the ground. You just know defensive players are taught to knock the ball to the ground. But early in games,
a tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Tua going to throw. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, a run with Mostert. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On 2nd and 12, Tua. And this throw will be intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Pats are going to take possession of the football. And I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
They'll start with the option, and they'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. And the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And some space here. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Joe Mixon. 45 yards. And the Patriots are on the board here first in the season opener. Folk connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Red, cycle, black ultra, light blue.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Tua finding Gesicki there for a Dolphin first.
Mike Gesicki's really emerged as one of the Miami Dolphins' primary targets, and he can run the entire route tree. We know he's dependable in the short areas, but he can also stretch the field down the middle. A career-high 73 catches last season, and he gets another one here to move the chains.
Black top. Ultra.
On first down, Tagovailoa. That's complete. Once again, it's Gesicki. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs. And you
offense have a first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Okay, ready?
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41.
Fight, 97. Ball red.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He completes it to Wilson. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
From the 38, Tua. Escaping, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Christian Barmore getting in there to drop him.
Now that's a heck of a moment for your first sack of the game, because if this long drive ends without a touchdown because of that sack, we're going to look back and say that might be one of the biggest plays of this contest.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. The slot man in motion right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
Sanders' kick is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they are able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. The second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. And he's got room. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 66 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 47. They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
They send Parker in motion left. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And good work there in open space, and he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 14 yards is the pickup there and a New England 1st down. Inside handoff to Mixon. Good footwork at the 30. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the gun to give to Mixon. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
On 3rd down, Mixon, and he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Have to give credit for a nice play there, but also have to look at it as a blown assignment. He became a free runner that turned into a free hitter.
Folk's kick is good, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. To throw on 2nd and 10. Tua, throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. wants a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
They'll try and run here with Mostert. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Tua now on 1st down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage. Able to knock that one away.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Tua once again here on 2nd and 10. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Christian Barmore in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Tua. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jalen Waddle, 37 yards. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. Marcus Jones going to elect to bring this one out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation, either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Jones. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing Jones. Pass thrown right back to Joe Mixon. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Emmanuel Agba finding his way to the ball for a big stop there behind the line of scrimmage.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. So this game tied at the half. And if you wondered who would come up with the first big play of this third quarter, we have our answer.
Well, in basketball, you know how they tell you to have active hands defensively? I think the same thing applies here. Nice job there prying the ball free. And now their guys have a chance to take the lead if they can put something together. The beauty of doing it in football, you don't get called for a foul if you hit their arms.
Ready?
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
On the double.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Check back.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 52 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. That about right there. He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Strike. Check. Strike. Hey.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Check.
Here's Mostert. Call it a gain of 9 there, and it puts him in better shape here for 2nd and goal. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Strike. You, Cycle.
2 now, 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Cedric Wilson from 3 yards out. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Sanders now to add the extra point. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Very good starting position for the Patriot offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Mixon will go off tackle left.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. In motion right is Aguilar. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Jones. He's got it complete to Aguilar. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Running the jet sweep, Thornton. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
A handoff running left, Mixon. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. The tight end Henry here in motion. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. Well, they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
They'll try and run with Mixon. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. He's been tough for this defense to handle, over 100 yards. You kind of knew that they were going to him on that play, didn't you?
They certainly did. That's one of those situations where you simply say, my best runner over my best blockers. Let's go ahead and pick it up. And I don't care if they know it on the other side. Here we come, and they got it done.
They'll give it to Mixon. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
Let's go now.
Here's a sneak with Jones. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Patriots have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the 3rd. Now Folk for the extra point. And he gets it to go, and we're all even. 17 apiece. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half.
Hut. Black Ultra.
Tua now on first down. The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Dietrich Wise running through and dropping him for the sack.
An assortment of sacks in this game. This one the product of a good jump and terrific effort. Moves quickly off the snap of the ball. Doesn't let up until he's in the backfield and impacting the quarterback.
Back now in Miami. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Hey, Brad. 43 rail. Strike it.
A handoff running left is Mostert. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And the Patriots are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Major used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Once again, they run with Mixon. And once again, the Dolphin defense holds firm as they'll stop him behind the line of scrimmage. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Throwing on 3rd and long. Jones. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Buried behind the line by Christian Wilkins. The Patriots send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken in at the 22. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
On 2nd down, Tua. Throw left side complete. That's Graham. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
Here's Tua. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the Pats are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
The Pats at the line ready to go. And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the 4th quarter. Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 134 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
A field goal try would be almost 50 yards from this spot. So what can they do to get closer now on third down?
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Mixon. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Seventh play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Mixing up the middle. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So here now is the kicker, Nick Folk. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. He made his only attempt earlier. This for the win. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So they tried to ice him there, but it's fair to say it did not have the intended effect.
And I've known kickers that take it as an affront. And there he says, you think you're going to rattle me? Think again.
It's a squib kick picked up near the 25.
Ready. Drill 3. Six, seven.
One final try for Tagovailoa. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Pats, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal.
You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like the